Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be reading out of day 33 out of Awaken Devotionals. And today's devotional is called Forgiveness in Action. And so if you're new to this channel, I post different content, devotionals, prophetic words, etc. And feel free to like and subscribe if you would like. And feel free to share this with a friend or a family member if you would like. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So Day 33, Forgiveness in Action. I urge you to reaffirm your love for him so that no advantage would be taken away. I urge you to reaffirm your love for him so that no advantage would be taken of us by Satan. 2 Corinthians 2:8 and 11. Unforgiveness often feels like a relatively harmless way of dealing with unpleasant circumstances or unpleasant people. It puts up an artificial shell of protection that makes us assume we are shielded from more damage. From our vantage point of self-protection, it appears to be the most advantaged posture to maintain, but Paul gives clarity on the demonic origins and damaging outcomes of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness, he writes, is one of the ways that a Christian is outwitted by Satan. 2 Corinthians 2:11 ESV. It's one of the designs or schemes or devices our enemy uses to keep us jailed in bitterness, shackled by resentment, crippled from our effectiveness in prayer, and stunted in our power to stand against him victoriously. When our hearts become even slightly hardened by refusing to walk in free and open fellowship with another, we partner with the enemy in our own eternal jailing. The beloved Apostle John adds that anyone who chooses unforgiveness is in the darkness and walks in the darkness, and does not know where he is going because the darkness has blinded his eyes. 1 John 2:11. It's no small thing, this unforgiveness. But perhaps a small yet critical suggestion could incite our complete escape from it. Paul instructed the Corinthians to forgive actively, to seal the emotional effort of forgiving with a visible, tangible expression of love to the one who has offended us. It could be only a small overture, a smile given, a meal prepared, a birthday wish offered, a friendly email sent, but when we do it, we deliberately move toward freedom instead of hoping it comes looking for us. We shower the offender with a grace they weren't expecting and likely don't deserve. And where they may currently be overwhelmed by a level of excessive sorrow we don't even know about, 2 Corinthians 2:7, whether by the broken relationship they miss sharing with us or by some other circumstance that weighs on them in private, our one little act of gracious generosity may be the nudge that shakes them loose from the stifling bondage of regret, shame, and embarrassment they carry around on their shoulders. If your skin bristles at the thought of doing something kind for this person who's caused you such pain, your hesitance alone could indicate you're not as in line with forgiveness as you may once have thought. But remember, you're not receiving any benefit by holding back. Instead, by remaining bitter, you're serving the enemy's purposes, falling prey to his schemes against you. And maybe that little reminder is all you need to encourage you not to let this issue linger on any longer. So forgive eternally and also actively. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. Proverbs 25:21. Bless those who persecute you, bless and do not curse. Romans 12:14. If your brother sins, go and show him his fault in private. If he listens to you, you have won your brother. Matthew 18:15. And what I want to leave with you guys today is this. Ask the Lord to show you how to thwart Satan's designs by by extending kindness to another. I think it's so easy to, do the easy route and, stay in that comfortability and not forgive when that's what we're called to do. And even, Jesus instructs us to forgive 70 times 7. That's what we're called to do. And so when you have this unforgiveness and bitterness in your heart that you're holding on to, the longer you hold on to it, the longer you are giving that foothold of the devil in your life. And that is something forgiveness is not an easy thing for us Christians to do, or any of us to do. But that's what we're called to do. And the more you forgive, the more often you forgive, the less likely you'll have any foothold of the devil in your life. But it doesn't mean that you won't experience spiritual warfare, because if you've been watching my YouTube channel for a while, I've shared this, I'm pretty sure. And if I haven't, then I'm going to just share it again. But, for me, I've been through some spiritual warfare in my own personal life. And I don't care if people think I'm crazy, but I've been through it. The devil would try to use the people closest to me to try to come up against me and my purpose. It's not the people, for we fight not against flesh and blood. Ephesians 6:12. But at the end of the day, bad company corrupts good morals. And we have to be careful, because if God has called us to separate from among them from certain people, it is for your protection, it is for your safety, and it's for a good reason, because God is trying to protect you. So if God is calling you to separate from among them, from family members, friends, whoever that is, be obedient in that, and just trust in God and know that He has your best interests at heart. He is looking out for you. He knows what's best for you. And He loves you so much. And He's just protecting you. He's protecting you. I have had to make some really tough decisions this year. And it's not easy. But obviously, the Lord wants you to know. He'll reveal that to you. But, I've had to make a lot of tough decisions this year that the Lord has really called me to do. And I know that may not make sense to a lot of people. But whatever God calls me to do, I'm going to be obedient to that. So, and if people don't understand, it is what it is. Not everybody has to understand. What's important is that we're being obedient to God. But anyways, I went through a lot of spiritual warfare this year. To the point, actually, I don't think I shared this part, but I'm just going to go into detail now. To the point where, there was domestic violence that I was going through, and actually there was these purple bruises or marks on my face, and I found out that it was head trauma. So that was really hard, but I have to remember that it wasn't that person, it was the demon inside of them influencing them. And I don't they may or may not realize that, that they're being used by the enemy, but all I can do is pray for them. All I can do is pray for these people, right? That's what we're called to do. We're called to pray for one another, to pray for enemies, to forgive our enemies, to pray for other people, to love one another. That's what we're called to do, regardless if we feel like it or not. So if you're holding on to any unforgiveness and any bitterness in your heart, I encourage you to forgive. If God's been putting it on your heart to forgive, and there's still people you need to forgive, please forgive. It is going to be the best thing you'll ever do. You're going to feel so much better afterwards. Trust me, it's not worth holding on to a grudge at all. Trust me. When I used to do that, I used to give the devil full hold of my life at the time when I tried doing that. When I tried to, holding on to a grudge. And it ain't worth it, trust me. So, just remember that's what we're called to do. We're called to forgive. So if God's been putting on your heart, then please just forgive. So anyways, that is it. It is a little bit of a shorter devotional, but I hope that you enjoyed today's devotional. I will have my testimony links linked down below in the description. I will have my social medias linked down below in the description. I will have my podcast link linked down below in the description. I will have I will have the sinner's prayer linked down below in the description, and I think that's it. But if I miss anything else, everything else will be linked down below in the description below. But again, if you want to, feel free to like and subscribe if you would like. And if this devotional has helped you and encouraged you, and if you would like, feel free to share this with a family member or a friend if you would like, or with anybody if you want. And just know that God loves you so, so much. And I will see you guys later. Bye.